Hey Sammy fam, welcome to another episode of Underwear Cooking. Hope you like these purple ones today. They're kind of fun. My wife bought them for me. Today we're going to make something super delicious, super perfect for this rainy day we're having here in Brooklyn. We are going to make a French onion grilled cheese. So quick rundown of the ingredients we need. Not much. Here's your shopping list. Onion, butter, garlic powder, better than bouillon, roasted beef, truffle goat cheese, or like an herby goat cheese, or plain goat cheese, fresh cracked pepper, shredded Gruyere. I just happen to have a bunch left over. One of my favorite cheeses. Bread. I'm using a San Francisco sourdough from Bread Alone. Bacon fat, if you have it, or you can just use some butter for the grilling part. And a lemon. And that's it. Step one, we gotta cut up our onion. Doesn't really need to be precise because it's gonna cook down forever and become super soft and malleable. So like you don't have to worry about doing this on a mandolin or getting precise equal cuts or whatever. Quick and dirty. I call this rustic cooking, you know. We don't worry about anything being super presentable or fancy. It's my favorite way of cooking because I'm not professionally trained and I don't know how to do fancy cooking. So we'll take all this onion, if we can carry it. I'm starting to cry, or my eyes are burning at least. Do one load over here. Get the rest of these scrippy scraps. I'm going to get a couple tablespoons of butter. Let that start to melt. Now let's mix up some ultra concentrated beef stock, and that's what we're going to deglaze these onions with to give them a lot of beefy flavor once they've started to caramelize. I'm just going to get a little bit of water. Maybe like half a cup about. Don't need much. I'll get about a tablespoon and a half or 2 tablespoons even of this concentrated better than bouillon beef stock. Mix this up. And I'm going to add a little bit of garlic to our quick improvised stock here. I think a little garlic flavor will be nice with the beef and with the onion. A little more garlic. Great. Super flavorful. That's ready, and we're not going to need this probably for about 20 minutes or so. Let's check on our onions. Butter's melted, let's stir that up. These big chunks kind of separated. Add this on medium heat. Ooh, my eyes, oh my God. And we're just going to let this simmer till it starts to turn kind of golden brown around the edges, and you'll see the bottom of the pot starts to get some of that fond build up on it, which is what we want. And then we will deglaze the pan and get all that flavor back into the improvised pan sauce almost around these caramelized onions. It'll be beefy, oniony, and delicious. Whilst we wait, we can get our bread out. I'm always so annoyed. Look at this. Why is the bread packaged with the butt on this end? Like, I mean, I guess it must be the easiest way to package it, but I want to get to these big pieces of bread. So I have to do this whole complicated maneuver to get the good big sandwich pieces of bread out. Like these little butt pieces are great for snacks. You can dip them in the onion mixture, you can have them with a little cheese or just a little buttered toast, but when I buy the bread, I'm usually making a big sandwich and they make it so hard to get the nice big pieces. Okay, our onions are ready to be deglazed with our thick beef stock. See, look at that, all those nice golden brown edges, and you got that nice fond on the pan. Scrape up the brown off the pan. And now all we need to do is cook this down for somewhere between 5 to 10 minutes. It'll thicken up and we'll have beautiful brown onions ready to be spread on our French onion grilled cheese. Sorry about all the banging in the background, guys. Multiple people have been getting stuck in the elevator in my building recently, so the fire department has been here today getting people out with crowbars, and now I think there's an elevator repair crew here. Last time I rode it, this is what it looked like. I don't love that. Yeah, it does not seem very safe. I've been trapped in there a couple times, but luckily I've been at a floor and I've been able to just like force the door open by getting my fingers in the gap and pushing as hard as I can. But it is very scary when you get trapped in the elevator. Okay, I think our onions are good and ready. Let's pull them off the heat. And these will actually only get better if you have any leftovers. Save them in the fridge. It's like they just continue to taste better. It's almost like a stew. I love keeping these around. They go great on crackers, sandwiches. Hell, I just eat them with a spoon. Okay, we can assemble our sandwich. So I have this truffle goat cheese. We only need a little bit. My wife and I just tested this a few minutes ago. It's very flavorful, very strong, very good, but you don't want to use too much. So we're going to put a thin spread of that down. I'm going to do both sides of the bread. Well, both sides of the interior of the sandwich. I'll coarsely crack a little pepper on here. Get ourselves a little handful of Gruyere. Some more pepper, just because pepper and Gruyere go together like best friends. Onions. A little more Gruyere. A little cracked pepper. And now our secret ingredient, except I told you about it earlier, lemon. Just a little bit of lemon zest. Because you got to think all the ingredients here are pretty heavy. beefy onions, cheese. This is just going to add that little bit of acidity, that little bit of levity and brightness to it that will set off the sandwich and make it perfectly balanced. They'd really be working on that elevator, huh? Bacon crumbles or something would also go really well in here if you have some fresh bacon crumbles, but I'm gonna get some bacon flavor from this bacon fat. If you don't have leftover bacon fat on hand, of course you can use butter, or another personal favorite of mine is mayonnaise. Mayonnaise makes a great coating for grilling a grilled cheese. Let's transfer this to a heated nonstick pan. Bacon fat side down. Put bacon fat on the other side. And now we just cook until she's golden brown on the outside, crispy, and melty and delicious on the inside. I know people are gonna get on me like, why is there already like oil and sandwich bits floating around in your pan? Oh, because right before I started filming this video, I made my wife a chili crunch grilled cheese, which is American cheese, chili crunch, and mayo on the outside of the bread. That's another one of my favorite grilled cheeses, so I'm just reusing the same pan. Okay, this is starting to smell amazing. I think she's about ready to turn. If not, we can always flip her back. Oh yeah, that looks pretty good. Nice and crisp. I'll let her cook this other side for a bit. Okay, I think our sandwich is just about ready. Look at that perfect golden brown, nice and crispy. Beautiful. Turn off the heat here. Hot, hot, hot. Since she's a grilled cheese, let's cut her in half. Oh my goodness. Oh, it's too hot to handle. Let me give you guys a close-up of this. So good. So cheesy. So gooey. She's a gusher. Wow. And hear how crispy it is. Nice. Ooh, I just gotta give her a second to cool down. All right, everyone, let's dig in. After a nice cold glass of water, cooking in this heat, got me very hot. If you guys would take this moment to go ahead and like and subscribe and share and comment, it really helps me out with the algorithms. I love water. Oh, I'm so excited. Look at this, the onions falling off. That is the definition of rustic. Oh. I have to tell you, the lemon makes it. Wow. I was questioning myself if the lemon was a good idea, but I'm so glad I tried it. The experiment was worth it. Amazing idea. The melty Gruyere, delicious flavor there. savory, beefy, slightly sweet onions. Amazing. The great texture of those onions. Just the little hint of truffle from the cheese schmear we put on the inside. I'm beyond pleased. And the bacon fat, I was worried again it might be too strong or that I was using too much, but we came away here with a beautiful, beautiful crust. And it's not soggy. And it's not overly salty. Just the right amount of meatiness. You may have noticed there's no other salt in this recipe. We're just getting salt from the bacon fat and from the beef stock. And that's all you need. I was going to sit down and eat this whole thing, but I like it so much. I really want to give my wife a try and see if she likes the flavor combo too. So thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. Taking this journey to an imaginary version of the French countryside. They might think this dish is ridiculous, but I think it's ridiculously delicious. I'm just dropping onions everywhere. See you guys soon.